What's going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Bring the Juice. So, we got a couple other things to talk about here. And the big one is some looming reports going around that the Indianapolis Colts are interested in acquiring free safety Tyrann Mathieu. Previously spent several years with Arizona when he was drafted. A lot of people remember him from his tenure in Kansas City over the last 3 years, where over the last 3 years was selected to the Pro Bowl twice, most recently this last year, and was a first-team All-Pro selection in 2019 and in 2020. 2021, he had played in 16 games, had 3 interceptions, 3 fumble recoveries, 76 tackles with 60 solo, and 6 pass deflections, 2 tackles for a loss, 2 QB hits, and a sack. So he has definitely been a guy that everyone remembers even from his college days, right? Everyone remembers the Honey Badger, just always all over the field. You know, as a playmaker, he's a guy waiting to make a big play, right? And he's got an attitude about him that, you know, he's always loving when he plays, and I love that about Tyrann Mathieu. I'm curious to know what you all think about this selection. I know that everyone's kind of been talking about, well, you know, if you have a Khari Willis, if you have a Julian Blackmon, why do you need a Tyrann Mathieu to add into that mix? Well, like we said before, the ability to be a playmaker is something that the Colts are always looking to grab. And Tyrann Mathieu is only 29 years old. You know, so he still has plenty of time. He's going to be 30 years old going into this next season, so you wouldn't be getting him to a long-term deal. But again, he has been consistently good throughout his career, has played in 15 or more games every year since 2016. He's always been reliable, always been available. You know, he's been one of the big juice guys on the Kansas City Chiefs defense. I mean, he could definitely provide a great presence on this defensive defense of Indianapolis. Again, how they would incorporate him. I mean, obviously, when Gus Bradley does his thing, you know, he's going to have some 3 safety looks. And that is exactly what the kind of thing you would want with Tyrann Mathieu. Just a guy that can roam the middle of the field, and he sees it. He sees a lot of that stuff coming. Is actually played quite a bit of strong safety over the last few years with Kansas City. Started out his career as a free safety, but started transitioning into the strong safety role, and now it's just basically been a safety for Kansas City. You know, he's been in that hybrid role. You know, he's a defensive back that can do a lot of different things for you. And that's a great thing about Tyrann Mathieu is he's not limited to just one area. He can come up, he can play in the box, and he can hit you. He reads that very well. He can play in coverage. He can follow somebody. This would be a fantastic move if the Colts were able to actually pull this off. Again, I'm curious to know your guys' thoughts on, you know, do you want to bring Tyrann Mathieu in? Do you think that it would be a smarter idea for the Colts to spend their money in elsewhere? Or do you think that they should get another one of these playmakers on defense to add to this? Because Tyrann Mathieu, he's a wild card, man. He's a wild card. He's somebody that can definitely make plays. And you know Chris Ballard and Frank Reich, they're always wanting to have an opportunistic defense. And Tyrann Mathieu really fits that mold of what the Colts are trying to build defensively. He is that kind of player. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Curious to hear your thoughts on this. I personally would like it. I wouldn't love the idea of getting Tyrann because, like I would say before, I think that we could invest that money elsewhere. But if you're going to get playmakers, Tyrann Mathieu is one of the few guys left that really can change a game in the blink of an eye. So, again, last season was one of his more consistent and more efficient years in the NFL. So, you know, even at 29 years old, dude's still kicking it. Dude's still doing really well for himself. So Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys again so much for tuning in. Thank you all for the continuous support. The support recently has been tremendous throughout free agency. I know there's not been a lot for everyone to get excited about when it comes to Colts content right now, but I do want to say I appreciate every single one of you who have taken the time to help support us simply by either watching these videos, becoming a member, or just even sharing this on your social media pages. Greatly appreciate anyone that's helping us out. We truly do appreciate it. On the road to 11,000 subs. So thank you guys again so much. And as always, go Colts.